I'm taking a sip of water. And we're live. Hey everyone, if you're watching this back on replay, I appreciate you watching. If you're here live watching it, I appreciate you watching it. And it's week 2 of, I'm calling it Dan's Finds. It's just reseller channels that I watch, that I enjoy, and I just kind of want to chit chat with them, talk to them, just get to know them a little bit better, and hopefully not embarrass myself or them. And today I have Danielle from Yard Sales and Dreams. I'm newer, embarrass myself for them. And
is that me or you?
Today I have Danielle from Yard Sales and Dreams. Are you on? You're mute. Myself for them.
Is that me or you?
And
is that me or you?
Today I have Danielle from Yard Sales and Dreams.
Can you hear me?
Are you on? You're mute.
Hello?
Today I have Danielle from Yard
Wait,
Sales.
did you hit mute? Can you hear me?
Are you on? You're mute.
Hello? Does it hear? Is it me or is it you? I think it's you.
Why is that happening?
Do you have what do you have up on YouTube?
Is it here? Is it me?
Hit the mute button on
You.
like go to a YouTube video and hit the lower left hand corner. You see the mute button on the video?
Is it here? Is it me?
Hit the mute button on
You.
like go to a YouTube video at the lower left hand corner. You see the mute button on the video?
I totally closed out
me?
the YouTube, so
You totally closed out YouTube.
Go to a
Yes.
YouTube
Yeah,
video.
I'm gonna take you out and then I'm gonna put you back in. Hello.
Go to a YouTube video.
Oh, it's still going. And then I'm gonna put you back in.
Jackson,
Hello.
stop.
It's a little bit
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
what is it?
Tell me it's my speakers.
Oh, is it your speakers?
It's a little bit.
Is that what it is?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, I don't hear it now. Say something.
Try muting everything, Mom. I don't know.
We will be with you in one moment.
Try to unplug that microphone.
It seems okay right now.
Turn those speakers off.
Are you on camera?
Yes. That's what I'm supposed
Can you hear me, Danielle?
Okay. How are things now?
It sounds good.
How are things now, Dan?
It sounds good. Can you hear me?
Okay. How are things now?
It sounds good.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
That worked.
Are you there?
Yes.
Can you hear me
I'm trying to
okay?
figure out if it's from my speaker.
I think it's better. Can you hear okay? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dan.
Okay. So okay. All right. I'm going to say hi to people and then I'll get you a minute to take a sip of water or a beverage, whatever you want to drink, and then we'll continue. So I think there was one person in here first. Nope, it looks like it was Kayla here. She says, Danielle, what? So thank you, Kayla, for stopping by. Chris, the Cajun reseller, he dropped your channel. I have Danielle's channel link in the description. The first thing in the description. Bluegrass Thrift. Hi, y'all. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Let's go down here a little bit. Kayla says breathe. I think you're good, Danielle. Tracy, what's up? She says 2 of my faves. Oh, now you're muted. Is that... Wait.
Tracy, what's up? She says 2 of my faves.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now
I
you're
can hear
muted.
you now.
Now I still hear it, though.
What do you hear?
Tracy, what's up?
I hear me.
2 of my faves.
Oh gosh.
Can you hear me?
I don't know what to do.
Now I still hear it though.
Like, do you have YouTube up or do you just have StreamYard?
Oh gosh.
Can you hear me?
We can't. So we're gonna go to. I wish I could help. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what to do. What's up, Mike? I don't know. Did you mute yourself or did I? To do.
Oh my goodness.
Is it your? So do you have Mike actually up? I don't know. Did you mute yourself or did I? To do.
Oh my goodness.
Is it?
He muted me. There we go.
I don't
Now
know. Did you? I still hear me though. Do you have YouTube up?
I'm gonna close YouTube.
Okay, that might work.
There we go.
I don't know.
Now
Did you? I still hear me though. Do you have YouTube up? I still hear it.
I'm gonna close YouTube.
Okay, that might work. Maybe it's. Did you still hear me though? Do you have YouTube up? I still hear it. Okay, that might work.
Oh, yeah.
You have YouTube out? Can you hear me when I'm talking?
I don't know what all the other stuff is.
You turn off your mic, your speakers.
I unplugged the speakers and the mic. All the other stuff
You have YouTube up. Turn off your
No,
mic,
I
your
don't have YouTube
speakers. Just StreamYard.
Unplug the speakers and the mic. All the other stuff
You have YouTube. I'm gonna remove you and put you back in. Let's see. Oh, it's still there. I'm gonna remove you and put you back in.
I don't know what to
Let's
do.
see.
I am not tech savvy. I did
It's still there. Do you have just StreamYard's up? Can you go on your? Do you have your phone? Can you just go to the link on your phone? And just come back. Does it work that way? Danielle, if you okay, she left. So we're gonna see if she can get on her phone. And we'll get started. Who else is here? What's up, Backed by Silver? How you doing? Mike does have an auction. Oh man, Tommy with the $4.99 super chat. This button does work, man. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that. How you doing, Tommy? Hello, Mary. Danielle will be back in a second. Hopefully she doesn't just ditch me here. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? Man, you beat Joe in here. What's up, Susie? And an empty chair. Danielle's having some technical difficulties, and I'm not very tech savvy, so I can't help her. So I just, I guess I ditched her. She's coming back though. She has YouTube window open. Yeah, I was trying to tell her. She said she took that off, so I'm not sure. Hopefully she comes back. Backed by Silver with a $2 super chat. I did get it. Oh, I could open that while I wait for her. Does it have your... I got this, and I was scared to open it. So I'm going to do an unboxing. It's international priority. So that's pretty interesting. Wait, I can't show this. Can I show edible anus? I don't know what that means. What the heck, man? Are they gonna be something gross? I don't know if I want to eat those. That was a quick unboxing. Thank you. Oh my god. All right, let's go back up here. She doesn't need YouTube. Close. Only leave StreamYard up. Yeah, hopefully she turned it off. Hopefully she comes back. This beginning might give Tommy and Tracy a run for their money. Oh. That means it's going to be a great show. Oh, okay, here we go. Hello?
Hi.
Oh, I can hear you good. I didn't go down far enough in the chat because then there was a bunch of people giving advice. So you got it fixed? Are you on your phone or your computer?
This is my computer. I could not get it to come up on my phone. I need
Oh,
less
okay.
before I do this again.
Oh, that's good. So what did you do? How did you get it to work?
I just closed. I had Instagram open, I had StreamYard open, and I had YouTube open. So I went completely out and I just closed everything that I had open.
That's
And
what Tommy said to do.
so I can't see any of the chat. I might look at it on my phone every once in a while, but I can't see any chat. So
All right, I'll try to keep up. I'm really bad at the chat. So I did an unboxing while you were gone. I said hi to some people, and then we got some advice. So let's go ahead. I'll let you introduce yourself, and then we'll get back in. I'll say hi to some more people, and we'll just get into it. So
Okay.
we got a few. We're about 10 minutes in. So
Okay.
all right, this is Danielle from Yard Sales and Dreams. So go ahead, Danielle.
Hi, you guys. I'm a mess, by the way.
That's great.
I am no good at technology. So anyway, I'm Danielle. My channel is Yard Sales and Dreams, and I've been a reseller on eBay for like 16 years, and I was late to the YouTube party. I never knew about resellers on YouTube until this past 2020 with COVID and all. And that's kind of when I discovered that, resellers kind of share information and just show all the cool things they find and what cool things they're selling and all that on YouTube. So I kind of felt like the person who was late to the party. But anyway, I resell on eBay, and my husband helps sell out with that. He has a full-time job. I have a part-time job, and I work 2 days a week outside of the house, and then I do my eBay the other days of the week, like when my schedule allows it, with my 2 teenage kids. And they always, like when I'm off, they always want me to take them disc golf, like to disc golf stores and play disc golf because they're totally obsessed right now. So yeah, I don't know. They probably think that I'm like a little bit lazy with my eBay, but I like take pictures and do it on the go and stuff. And I certainly could list more eBay than I do, but yeah, I just kind of do it casually. I'm not like in this to pay bills and stuff. So, but I find like a lot of good stuff. I sell a lot of good stuff. I've been really lucky with it. And, we've been really blessed with how many great things we've found out there over the years.
That's awesome. So you've been selling for 16 years and you just found YouTube last year. So how did you get into reselling?
We were like 20. Well, my husband was 26 and I was 24. And this is back when eBay was new, back when you could sell like a potato because it looked like a shape or whatever, or a potato because it looked like somebody's face and all that. So I've always been like a person who went to yard sales with my mom and my aunts and that kind of thing. And I think my husband did too. It was just something that you did like in a rural area that we lived in. So, probably most likely I was like going there to get my clothing and stuff. Like, truth be known, my mom was probably taking us to yard sales to like find things for us to wear. I don't know. But later on, as we grew up, I was like 24. My husband was 26. We just kind of, I don't know if we heard about eBay on TV or the news or something. And we had bought some old lunch boxes, I remember, at this one point. And then we had bought like a bird figurine. Those were like the first 2 things that we sold. And the lunchbox sold for like over 100, and we were hooked. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So you just always kind of grew up with it and just been around it, and then you just stumbled upon. So how did you, when you went on YouTube, you just decided how did you find it on YouTube? Like you just were searching for something?
Yeah, I was like really missing yard sales last year.
Oh, okay.
Like usually you'll see some yard sales pop up around here in Kentucky, like in, they're really light, but it's in like April and stuff, and like none of it was going on. And I'm like, I really miss yard sailing. And I was like, I wonder if anybody has any footage of going to yard sales on YouTube. And it was just kind of like, I typed in yard sales.
Oh, that's awesome.
Opened this big Pandora.
That's really cool. That's cool. I gotta say hi to Susie. She gave me a $5 super chat. This is professional setup is the bomb. I don't know if she's talking about your setup or my setup, but thank you, Susie. That's I don't know. I'll say that's the one thing I like about your videos is like the scenery in the background. You move around in your videos and you're outside a lot. It looks like it looks like a farm or you just said rural area, but all the tall trees or you had the one where, and you always have some type of theme to the video or something. Like I see you in a lot of I started really watching you more probably over the last month and a half or so when we did the auction challenge. But I see you a lot in a lot of the hashtag things. And you just did one, the 20 questions, but so a lot of your videos have like the themes, and you did the one where you talked about sourcing at the library, and you're on the clothesline. I mean, so that's what kind of draws me. I like watching your videos is you're kind of bouncing around. You got a lot of stuff going on in the videos, not just the same, like just sitting down and talking about reselling. So I enjoy that part. So that kind of draws me to your channel. That's what I like. That's what I like about it. I think it's really good. So you sell on just eBay.
I do.
And you sell. I've heard you, so I'll just speak for you on this. You like more vintage items, and so that's what you find a lot of cool vintage stuff. So where are you finding most of this stuff at? Where do you source the most?
Yard sales is where I find like the best kind of vintage stuff, and estate sales. Now, estate sales, you're going to pay a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They really intrigue me because that stuff a lot of the times have been sitting there in somebody's house for 40 or 50 years,
Yeah.
And, out here in the rural areas too, like you'll see like a barn sale advertisement, but, the things that these people are storing in their barns are, old toys. I mean, just like stuff that they didn't have room for in their house. So, you're going to find old toys there. You're going to find, a little bit of everything, just vintage goodness in these old barns. I love it.
So Kayla asked what kind of show this is. While you're gone, I told you an unboxing, and then I see someone else. Jen wants to see a second thing. Backed by Silver, he's a big supporter of my channel. He's been fussing with me for weeks to show that he sent me something. So I do an unboxing video, and it's chocolates from International Chocolates, and it's called Edible Anus. I don't know. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to eat it. He's been talking to me for weeks about sending me something, so I thought he was joking that he sent me something, but
I don't know if I would eat that.
I don't know. I don't think I can. So Dan, you can go 3 hours. Like, no, I'm not going 3 hours. 1 hour. So we got to get back into that. But I am so bad at the chat that I don't know how far. Oh, I guess that's 7:39. So what is it now? I'm like 10 minutes behind in the chat. So we're gonna move along a little bit here. So you just said that you could list better on eBay, but you're not. You're just doing this for it seems like it's a hobby. It's a hobby, I guess. But your sales, if you watch your sales that I've seen, it's not hobby money for you. You do pretty good on some of your sales. But what are your listing habits like? Like how much are you listing?
I'm one of these people who binge a little bit. So like binge and then kind of draw back and then binge and draw back. But I'll just get this burst of, the sales have slowed down. I need to list something. So I'll list like 10, 15, 20 things in one day. And then, things start to move back up again. And then, I'll slack off a little bit more. That's just, I'm not here to say I'm a perfect like lister. I don't list every single day. I don't list, I like to try to take pictures and I always do. I have like 20 things that need to be listed that I have pictured on my camera so that I can list like one thing every once in a while, like one thing every other day. I know it would help my algorithm if I did list every day, but I just don't do that. But when I do list something, I want to make sure that it's worth my while. And I know a lot of people might think that kind of sounds, reseller snobbish or whatever, but I try to make sure that I'm going to at least make, $30 to $40 profit on something, or I don't really want to list it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's I did well because I did I watched that 20 questions and you said your average sale price was like $49 or something. And then
Yeah.
I was watching some what sold videos, and you have like some of the older stuff, it'll sell 15, 14, $20 or whatever. But then you have those like some really big home runs. I don't know. It was something. It was you showed like a statue. I don't know if it was a Yadro thing, but
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it, and you sold it for like almost $500.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool. Have you always sourced like higher quality stuff like that, or when you started off doing it 16 years, did you used to sell like the lower tiered stuff?
So yes, definitely. I will tell you that when we first started off, we were doing the 7-day auction listings,
Okay.
and we probably got rid of a lot of great things back then because we would run the listing for 7 days, and back then there was not phones. Phones make it so much easier to list these days. You had to take the pictures on your phone, upload it to your computer, and you also got to remember that the internet was way much like a whole lot slower than it is now.
Yeah.
So probably in every aspect of the country, but so you got slower internet. So yeah, it's just taking you a lot more time to list. So once you listed that item and it ran for 7 days, and if somebody didn't buy it, we're like, okay, you're going to the yard sale pile. But I know that we got rid of some really great things, because we were just inexperienced and, but what we've always done with our stuff, we've always had like to get rid of the things that didn't sell. We always had a yard sale, and it wasn't until about 6 years ago that we started taking all of those things that accumulated up through the year and taking them over to the 127 sale, and we set up there for 3 days, and we basically just try to sell everything that didn't work out on eBay.
Okay.
And sometimes, like, I didn't do that the last 2 years, but I would take literally, like, I would take everything down from my store and take it with us because I was afraid that, I might sell something at the yard sale that I had listed, and then I would be like caught in this, what am I going to do now, situation. So yeah, there's been a few times where I took everything out of the store for those few days and then relisted the stuff that we, brought back.
Okay. So I was wanting to ask about, since you brought it up now, the 127 sale you sell there over the last few years. All right, you have plans on doing it this year? And
Yeah.
are you gonna make a video about it? Because that would be kind of cool to see. I watch a lot of the other creators on YouTube here. I always watch them going to the buying stuff at the 120 sale. So are you gonna make a video of you selling stuff at the 120 sale?
Yeah. So actually, I have a video of the previous year. So last year, I have a video. If you go back, way back on my channel, in the very beginning of things, I have about 2 or 3 that I did with the 127 sale. But I have a good idea about this year. I want to basically I want to make a sign that says like maybe have it professionally made or something, like with a vinyl person. But basically just says, the name of my YouTube channel, like, if you are a reseller or if you found something really cool, if you want to do like a little 1 or 2 minute interview with me here at our booth, like you could be featured on my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Chris wants to know if he goes, can he get free inventory? If he comes to the 127 sale.
I don't know. We'll have to think about that, Chris. Maybe we'll play a little disc golf for it.
So when you're looking for yard sales a year ago and you found YouTube, what made you decide to dive into making you a YouTube channel?
Basically because I was like, why didn't I was angry at myself. I was like, why didn't I know about this? And my aunts were probably like, oh my gosh, yeah, she's going to have somebody else to tell about her finds, because I would always call up my favorite aunts and be like, I sold something for $500 today. And they're like, okay, good job. And I'm just like, really? So when I found that there are people who are interested in what you're doing and just like have the same kind of likeness, it was actually, it felt really good to be like, oh my gosh, like I kind of found my people.
Yeah. All right. So what are your plans for YouTube?
I'm just, I haven't really batted down to like, I'm going to make 2 videos a week or I'm going to make 3 videos a week. I'm very sporadic. Like I had 2 videos that I wanted to put out today. I've got one already, but I just get anxious like that. I'm like, I'm going to put 2 videos out today, but then I might not put anything out for like a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm happy just, sharing my finds. And personally with watching YouTube, I like to watch people yard sale. Like I like to watch people go to yard sales. So I'm going to keep doing that. I don't really have any aspirations of like having a live, like a scheduled live or anything like that.
Mm.
I probably shown tonight that I don't have
No, you're fine. It's
ability or the technology for it.
It just takes I get scared every time I do these, but it's fine. You watch enough of them. I mean, something's gonna happen,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's fine. It's it'll be fine. Don't let it discourage you. I gotta say what's up to Joe. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
So okay. Oh, Annie. What's up, Annie? How you doing? Let's see. See, like I'm really bad, and I have to because I was trying to let the end of your question flow into one of my questions, but now then I got sidetracked, and I have to look at my list of questions I have. All right, so I already kind of brought it up a little bit, but you said you only sell on eBay. Have you thought about selling on other platforms, or you're just totally happy with just eBay?
Yeah, I'm one of these people who I got comfortable with eBay, and I just really can't keep up with anything else. I already feel like I fall short in my listings and things. So, like as far as I want to list more. I just have a lot of things going on with my kids and just family and everything. So I can't even imagine trying to like cross post or do other platforms at this point in my life. Maybe when things slow down one day. I don't know.
I have a question from Jen's Closet Gems. Jen asks, what do you love doing non-reseller YouTube related?
What do I love to do? I don't know. I'm an outside girl. I like to be outside. My kids play disc golf right now, so they actually. I feel like I talk about this all the time, but they've just recently this year made like an 18-hole course here on our property. We have a few acres that comes up and butts up with my in-laws' acreage, and they have 60 acres. So I've spent a lot of time out there with them on the course, throwing with them, and just really, just watching them, and they're just having a ball with it, and they're getting really good at it, and they just, they want me to watch, and I want to watch. I want to be with them as much as I can. They're 13 and 15, and I realize that they're not going to be here at our house forever, you know. So just enjoying time with my family and being outside. I just planted like 63 tomato plants. We always do a vegetable garden in the summertime, and I probably put them out a little bit too early, but I just got my 60-something tomatoes in the ground, and I grow jalapenos because I love jalapenos, and I enjoy cooking.
Nice.
Yeah.
You seem very busy.
I feel like it.
Chris has a question. He wants to know, how many items do you have in your total inventory?
Do you mean like listed eBay inventory? Listed, I have like, what do I have? 200. I think I have 210 or 212 listed.
Oh, that's good.
And if you're asking how much I have behind me, heck if I know. But yeah, I tend to keep like 200 to 300 things listed. And I tell you what, with our sell-through rate, Kat told me how to calculate it one time, and I knew how to calculate it, but I don't really know how to do it right this second. But
Like you take your solds divided by your actives.
okay, so right now I'm at 145 sold and 219 active. But for a long while there, it was like 2 and 2. It was like 200 and 200. So it was
wow, that's awesome.
right. So it was like, I was trying to keep 200 things on there. So that was keeping me motivated, like to list, So once it started to fall a little bit, I just wanted to keep 200 on there. But I mean, we've been really selling like crazy since, I don't know, probably November, December. We've had a lot of sales. I mean,
200 over 200 solid, especially for the amount of your average sale price and the stuff you're selling. That's great. That's really good. I mean, it's not, and then you have I heard you. I mean, I heard you mention that you have like some like a few quite a bit that you could list. But I mean, that's solid. That seems like a solid number. You should be happy.
Well, I am. I think when a lot of people hear that you only have 200 listings or 200 things listed, I think that they probably go, "Oh, well, are you a real YouTuber, or I mean, a real eBayer, or are you for YouTube?" But I don't know. I don't feel like I have to have 1,000 things in my store, and I could never keep up with that if I did.
When I started reselling, so I've only been reselling for a little over almost 2 years now. And I thought it was quantity. So I was just buying whatever can make me a few dollars. And I thought I had to have, 1,000 listings. And, that was the way I was going to do it. And 2 years later, I've realized I wish I had more of your stuff. It doesn't really, but I have like 700 items listed, but my average sale price is like $20. Like it's not very, you're just killing me. I would much rather have like the way you're doing it. I mean, I would never. People get tied up with numbers a lot. They always want to hear that stuff. But when you got 200 stuff and you're selling 200 items, like that's great. Right. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw another question from, I think. Oh yeah, Jen. Jen had another question. She wants to know what's your best selling category.
Oh, like probably for the last 3 months would be like vintage toys or vintage like cars, because we had this house clean out that we did in January, and it was like chock full of model cars, like old model cars and old die-cast cars. So I mean, for the last 3 months, I would say it's been like old toy cars. But other than that, I enjoy selling like old photos. I love selling old photos. I love selling vintage clothing, but I'm one of these people that like, I'm kind of choosy about the vintage clothing that I put on there. I wanted to have a good name. I wanted to, meet certain criteria and stuff. But yeah, I love old toys, like old toys that take me back to the 80s, like take me back to my childhood and stuff. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, Fi Reseller. He says, or I don't know if it's him. It's change. What's her change? What is it? Kang, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if it's who's there, but they said it's better to have 200 good items than 1,000 junk for sure. Yeah, and I agree with that. And that's just a lot. Like again, like you're way ahead of with 16 years of experience. I mean, you're great. Yes, Jen does have some great questions. What's up, Brad? How you doing? So where was I? So you kind of took that was a little bit. I was gonna ask after she asked that. I was gonna ask you what your favorite thing is to sell. Your favorite category of all but you kind of dove into that. So we already did what do you got you into reselling? Where do you source most of them? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask about. your house clean out that you did in January. Like how did you get in? How did you find how did you get involved in a house clean out? Like where did you get the contact to do a house clean out?
So it was just kind of a situation where I have a relative that she actually refinishes bathtubs. And she was talking with a friend of hers because he wanted her to come and refinish this bathtub that he was working on. And this was actually in Cincinnati. So while she was there, he's redoing this house. He's basically gutting the house and going to redo the whole thing. But the previous owners still had the contents of the home there. So basically she set up the meeting and she was like, I'll give you his number. He just wants this stuff gone and he's going to let you pick through it. So this is what happened. We went twice. So we went and picked through the house and got to basically choose the items that we wanted to buy from him. And so because he was like a mile away from a storage unit, the things that we didn't buy at that moment, he was going to move to the storage unit. And I might add that it was probably, I don't know, it was probably like 20 degrees or 25 degrees like the day that we went. So we were like in the garage and in the house, but there's no heat there, So we were just kind of like picking everything that we could in the cold. And then the second time we went back, which was like a week or two later, because we had our truck full the first time, we couldn't get anything else, So the second time we went back, we actually picked the stuff out of the storage unit. But it was from the house. So, but that's when we found the Yadro. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that video, but we kind of walked by these two loose Yadro figures. And at any moment, we could have bumped into this stuff and knocked it off with all the boxes we were carrying out. And it probably was later into the picking that we were like, gosh, this has a name on the bottom of it, Yadro. And Corey, my husband, he's like, Yadro's really good. I'm glad we didn't break it,
That's awesome. I'm going to continue. Jen keeps on asking some good questions.
Okay, I'm sorry, Jen.
She wants to know, did you get into selling vintage because you found a lot of stuff or because you just always enjoyed vintage items?
It's because I always enjoyed it. I don't know. I've always been one of these people who, if like vintage items, like something I find that I might have seen at an aunt's or my grandma's or, a relative's house in the past, I'm so drawn to it. I'm just like, I got to save that. I want that. I got to save that and get it to the right person, like get it into the right hands because, at these yard sales and things, I know that if people don't sell things, it's going to end up in the trash. And it just kind of breaks my heart to see this old stuff just go to the landfill. And I don't know, I've always been drawn to old vintage things, especially something that invokes a memory for me or makes me think, oh, I remember seeing that as a kid. And I don't know why that happens, but that's what kind of drives me to vintage stuff.
That's pretty cool. Is that what drove you to your I was watching the stuff that you keep, your Pink Panther costume thing?
Yeah, definitely.
That's a very cool. She has a entire Pink Panther, I guess a mascot type costume, I guess. I don't know. It's super cool. Yeah. It's awesome.
You should see the workmanship in this thing. It was made very well. It was made to last. But yeah, it's very, very cool. That when we first walked up to that yard sale, it was, if you've ever seen like a stage box, like that they would keep like a costume or something like that in, it looked like something off of that a musician would have or something. It was just a huge black case, and it was said $20 on the outside of it. We lift it up, and there's a Pink Panther costume and a huge head inside, and we're like, $20? We got to buy this,
It's only $20?
That's $20.
Oh, I swear I thought you said 50 in the video because you said
I did. I said 50, but I I put 20 on the screen because the
I missed that part. Even because I was 50, I'm like, man, that's a good. Have you comped that? Like, have you ever seen one for sale or anything? I know you said it wasn't for sale, but have you comped it to see what that thing's worth?
After we first bought that, I listed that on my eBay for like a crazy number, like $375. Kind of like I don't want to sell it number.
Yeah.
But I think at the time I don't know if I was just feeling pressure to sell it because I knew it was going to bring good money. But once we had it listed for like a month and nobody bought it at a buy it now price, I was like, oh, that thing's coming down and we're keeping it forever.
That's really cool.
I'm really glad nobody bought it.
Huh? Oh yeah. Has anyone been that for Halloween in your family, or is it just are you the only one that's allowed to mess with it and it just stays in the box?
No one's ever wore it for Halloween. It's kind of a big suit, and my kids have just now, like my 15-year-old teenage son, just now kind of fits into it.
Oh, okay.
My husband is really like, and myself is the only ones that ever really wore it so far. But
it was super cool. I really liked that one. Joe says you should have started the interview wearing that. No, Joe.
I'm going to tell you, I told my kids that today. I said, what if I was going to do it in the backstage with you, like.
That would have been great. That'd been great. We could have had technical difficulties, and then when you came back, it could have been the Pink Panther. And we could have used it. It could all just been a big part of the ruse. Mary has a question. Hello, Mary. What is the oldest item you've found and sold?
Oh, the oldest item? I don't even know.
That you remember.
I knew somebody was going to throw like a fastball at me like this, and I was going to be stunned. I don't really recall.
What's the oldest thing even if you remember, or what's the coolest thing you've ever sold?
Well, okay, so this isn't like super super old, but it was from the 50s. It's like an Eames era, like a TV table. We had bought this at a yard sale coming back from like Tennessee when we was on vacation. This little side table, or this little TV table as they call them, you could Google Eames era TV table and you'll see what I'm talking about. It was aluminum on the bottom and like a teak wood on the top. And we bought that like with a truckload of stuff for $40 that day.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up selling for $400 and it went to New York, but It was like from 1950, but we've sold much older things than that. I just can't recall at this moment.
That's fine. Do you I was just gonna ask something else.
I'm sorry, Mary. I can't think of anything older than 1950 right now.
That's still pretty. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say that's still pretty old. I'm just joking. Yeah, the oldest thing. I'll tell Mary if you want to know the oldest thing I've ever sold. It's not very impressive, but I was at the bins and I found a book from 1900 and something. And actually, I've sold older now, but I was like, man, I think this is like, it was like nursery rhymes. And I was like, this is gonna be worth like $100, and I think I sold it for $12. So
well, Mary, I do want to say probably, at least if I can't think of anything else, I've sold old photos from the like 1920s, 30s, and 40s. So those are really old. Those are 100 years old.
Okay, so that kind of goes into what I was gonna ask. So I know you were saying you like to sell the old photos. Yeah. Do you sell ephemera? Do you source ephemera and and you like selling that type of stuff too? Because I just recently found, like, just by watching YouTube and hanging out with Mike from the January House, he likes to sell ephemera too. I started getting into. I only have a little bit of it, but I really started really liking it, and it's kind of cool to look through. I'm a little nervous to touch it, but so you find a lot of that stuff too, looking through that and trying to. That stuff does really well.
Yes, it does. And the thing about that kind of stuff is you're going to get somebody from, like, most of that stuff is marked with a town, Mm-hmm. And so that's when you kind of hook people when you put the town, whatever name of the town that it's from in the title.
Oh, that's okay.
People want that stuff back,
That's a good idea. Oh, okay. I don't think I did that with. I bought a lot. Do you ever use HiBid? You ever buy auctions on HiBid?
Yes.
That's where I found mine. I bought an auction lot for $5, and I had it had an old bank account book. It was really cool from like 19. I think it started in 45 or 54. I can't remember. I think 45. But it was just like someone's their log that they took to the bank and deposits. And I had like it ended up being a John Deere. There's some farm out here. So you guys have farm. You're near farm like right. So you guys like it was some kind of John Deere thing. I didn't know it until I put it in a video and someone told me because it was something to do some kind of John Deere brochure. So people, but that's a good. I never thought about that. I'll have to start putting the what do you call it? The town. That's awesome. Right. I never thought of that. Thank you.
Yeah. I sold a university of I don't remember the name of it. But I had found it on the 400 mile yard sale last year, and I have it in my video, but from the 400 mile yard sale. But we ended up selling this thing for like $99, but it was a university up east somewhere. I can't think of it. But anyway, it ended up selling for $100, but it was basically because of the area that it was from. Somebody wanted it back. And it was a calendar for the university.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the art in this was really cool. Like if you've ever seen any kind of Art Deco print, this thing was full of Art Deco print. And I just recall the football players. It was all drawn. It was all like ink drawn, but the football players' helmets, they were so much different, than they are now. This was back from like 1909, I think, or something like that. So there you go, Mary. That's another one. They're coming to me now.
Do you know C3K?
Yes.
The trade stimulator.
Yeah. How old was that? 1926. That's my husband.
Oh.
Thanks, Corey. He's upstairs.
Thank you, Corey. What's up, Evan? Flippy McFlipperson. How you doing?
I like that.
Say hi to Passports and Pizza Pies. How you doing? Welcome. I like that name. Passports and Pizza Pies. That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And Harry. What's up, Harry?
Hey, Harry.
Mark and Danielle.
I love watching Harry. I also want to say too, I didn't get to say it earlier whenever the 5 resellers were on there, but I love watching their channel too. They just have this like connection between the two of them that I just think is so sweet.
Oh, that's awesome. And we have let's see, Steve-O. What's up, Steve-O? And let's see. I'm gonna scroll down. Anyone have questions for Danielle? I think I might be caught. I'm trying to get caught up on the chat so we don't go too. I don't go too. I think I actually got caught up unless I skipped everyone. If they asked a question or anything. So what are your? I kind of asked you what you saw yourself doing with your YouTube channel, and you don't really have you don't take, you're not how do I want to say it? You're not like not committed. I don't want to say it like that. That sounds mean. Not you want to, you're not like, it's not, you don't like, if you want to put out a video, you'll put out a video. You're not pressuring yourself, I guess you're just doing it. It's just as learning as you're kind of going along, right? Because you said you weren't tech savvy either. So you're just learning all this stuff as you're going.
Yes. I don't know if that will hurt my subscriber number or not, that I don't put out regular videos. I've heard people say that you should stick to a day and put out a regular video on those days, but I haven't done that so far, and maybe it is hurting me. I don't know, but
how often do you put videos out?
With having everything going on in my life.
Oh, yeah. How often do you put videos out?
I would say like at least once every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would just say if you're like today, you said you wanted to put 2 out. I would put 1 out and then save the other one for like, so you put at least one out. I mean,
Right. One a week.
I've gone. I mean, I'm no expert, but I used to do video every 3 days, and it was totally hard. And I just tried to, and then I try to do at least one or two a week. But sometimes it's hard now because now I'm doing this full time, and I'm attempting to do this full time, and I have to put time and effort into it because I was telling you I don't have I'm my average sell price is like $20, so I'm trying to list more stuff, so I don't want to get thrown. I mean, I love doing all the YouTube stuff and hanging out and putting out a video, but it just she takes a deep breath. Yeah, see, I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, you're doing great, man.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Oh,
but yeah, it was it's just yeah, I just wanted to I really enjoyed the stuff you have going on in your channel, so I just kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about it. And I'd seen you a few weeks ago watching Nim, I can't say his name, and I feel like you're doing all the right things, yeah, but I don't. It's such a grind. It's so hard. So I just kind of wanted to say, I think you're doing a great job. So keep it up.
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Jen's coming to save me with another question. What's your favorite style of video to make?
The yard sale videos, although it does kind of make me nervous to wear the GoPro at yard sales.
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
It does. I'm so afraid that somebody is gonna ask me to stop filming, which I would totally just be like a little turtle and go in a shell and be like, okay, So, and I would do that anyway. Like if somebody asked me not to film, I would turn it off and not film. But I'm just scared of that interaction, where they do have to ask me to stop. There was one time when I didn't come out like with my camera on. I walked up to this yard sale and I asked the lady if she minded if I did tape, which I was the only time I ever did that, and she said no. She was like, "I'd rather you not." So I was like, "Oh, that's okay." Well, I knew that I was gonna. I planned on buying a lot of stuff from this lady anyway because she had like a whole lot of Halloween stuff, like older Halloween stuff from like the early '90s or something.
Oh wow.
So, and she had like blow mold stuff too. So, and I always like to try to buy those, especially when they're like small enough to ship. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like lighted plastic.
Yeah, I've sold some of those.
Yeah. So
I did. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I had all intentions of still shopping with her. It was kind of awkward after she told me no.
I thought, well, then maybe I've thought about that too, because that's my biggest hurdle is because I used to be, if you watch, I talk about, I don't want to get in, it's not talking about me, but I get scared about just about anything. And I used to be scared just to go to a garage sale. And I watched garage sale videos, and they got me the courage to go to garage sale videos. I love watching garage sale videos, and I would love to make one, but I'm scared to death to put my GoPro on. And then every time I about have the courage, I'll watch someone else's video of them getting like screamed at for recording something or doing something. And it doesn't necessarily mean reselling, but just like I fall down the rabbit hole of watching TikToks, and people are always yelling at people for recording. So I don't want anything to do with it. But if you do have the nerve to do it and you get caught, it seems like it's a great title for a video and would be a great people would click on it to watch. So I don't know. You have that.
Yeah.
You have that.
I think you should do it. I mean, if I have the guts enough to do it, I think you should do it because I'm kind of.
That's why I bought that's why I bought the GoPros to do it. And I don't know. I have the ambition to go out and do it tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm already nervous. I went garage selling last week, and my biggest fear is negotiating with people to ask them if they will take a certain price for stuff. I'm already nervous about that. So yeah. I don't know, but we're not on me. We're talking about to you, Danielle.
That doesn't bother me to negotiate with people. Now, I do have some people in my family that they would never ask if somebody would take like a lower price. And so usually if I'm ever with that person, I do the asking. I'm like, how much would you take? Or what would you take? Like what would be your bottom dollar or whatever. So. Yeah.
Jen has a question, and I'm going to answer it for you. She says, "Do you ever have a yard sale on your own? If yes, has it been successful?" Jen, she has a yard sale at the 127 sale.
The world's longest yard sale. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a yard sale pro.
Yeah,
Good question though.
check out my 127 yard sale videos.
I'm gonna go find that one. I'm gonna go find that one and watch that one later because I the 127 sale always that's always a fun one to watch. I love watching everyone's different angles of. I don't know. There's so many people who go to that. I love watching it.
Yeah. We have this one. I will say we have this little attraction. We made it a couple years ago, and I was thinking, what can we do to bring people into our booth? So I had the design, or like in my head, I had what I wanted to do. So I designed it. My brother helped me put it together, but it's like a face in the whole thing, like one of these carnival things that are really fun. You just put your face in it and you take a picture. And on the other side, it's a whole little thing that says, "We filled our trunk with lots of good junk at the world's longest yard sale." So and it's a guy and a girl standing there like in front of a trunk of a car. So it's pretty fun.
That's really cool.
It does. It brings a ton of people in. They like everybody wants to come and get their picture in front of it. And I tried to incorporate last year, like, I had people email me their pictures, and then I put like 3 or 4 people's picture at the end of my video, because that's the only people, like I had 4 people respond and say, yeah, you can put my picture in your video. So that was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chris wants to know if you have any vacation spots you want to go to, Danny.
Well, we have a camper, and this year, my husband gets 7 weeks vacation with his job. And so this year our vacation destinations are disc golf tournaments, Chris. So, going to Kansas in July. And, there's going to be 2 weeks that we have in July that we're going to just take the camper. And I think we're going to go down to like, somewhere in Kentucky. There's so many state parks like in Kentucky that we can go camp at, and we're just kind of staying close, with COVID and everything still going on. So yeah, we're not going to travel too far, but in 2019 we did take our camper and we went out west with it. We went as far as Phoenix, Arizona, and then we went north. And yeah, kind of circled back, and that was really fun. But
you were thrifting the whole time too?
We did. We thrifted along the way, so that was really, really fun. I don't go on vacation and not thrift. Like I'm always looking out for yard sale signs and trying to see where the closest thrift stores are.
Was there any thrift stores that you went to that were kind of a little I guess areas that were a little pricier than you're used to around your area?
When we were in Florida, there were some Goodwill boutiques, and I wasn't used to that. Like, we don't have Goodwill boutiques around here, at least where I'm at.
I already heard of those. They have Goodwill boutiques?
Yeah.
Goodwill, wow.
Yeah, they're very expensive, but that's probably like the most expensive thrift stores that I've been in, and that was in Florida. So
Harry says, "Don't be nervous about negotiating. It's the biggest fun. The whole treasure hunting adventure." Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My thing is I always feel like I kind of know what it might be worth, and then I know what I'm going to do with it. So I feel like they're already like they're excited. I mean, I'm already super excited for that. They're trying to sell it, and then I just want to make sure that they're happy. So I'll just give them what they want. Five Reseller wants to know: do you have a strategy for hosting your own yard sale?
Not particularly. I'm out in the rural area, and it doesn't really pay off when we try to have a yard sale where we're at, because people literally have to drive 15 minutes out of their way. So I'm like 15 minutes, like the nearest little town where there's actually like gas stations and stores and all that kind of stuff. So typically people don't like to drive all the way out where we're at for a yard sale. That's kind of why we started setting up on the 127 for the 3 days. But I will say if you do have your own yard sale, make sure that you advertise, because you have to put it out there. Like, you think you're okay to just put it on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook or whatever, but I would advertise in as many platforms as you can. Like with us, we had the Cincinnati Enquirer when we did have a few yard sales here, and that was the biggest thing. Like, if people don't know you're having a yard sale and you're just like expecting people to see the signs as they drive by, you're going to get a lot more people coming in if you try to advertise it a little bit.
And let's see. Have any more questions before we let Danielle go?
And I'm sorry, I could not see the chat, so I was trying to look at some of it on my phone, but then I didn't want to feel like I was like looking down the whole time.
So you're doing great on doing lives, because I always have to. I'm going to do my apology to the chat that I tried to keep up with chat the whole time, and I feel like it got better today. But it's I really appreciate everyone watching and hanging out while I had Danny on, and Danielle, I really appreciate you coming on. What do you got going on? Anything special going on this weekend or this week? Or you said you had 2 videos ready, so you're going to post them this weekend?
I'm releasing a video either tonight or in the morning.
Okay.
I don't know if it's too late tonight. I've heard people say that if you post them too late at night, then people don't see them. So what's your thought on that?
I would post. So I would post it in the either in the morning or in the early afternoon. I usually post my videos around 2 p.m. my time, and then recently I've tried like 10:15 in the morning, and I really like 2. I've always done 2 o'clock in the afternoon. When I used to have my traditional job, I used to have to start getting ready for work around 2. So if I was going to put a video out, I had to have it done by that time. So I just that's the kind of time I've always stuck with. But now that I've tried to put it in a little bit earlier. Yesterday I released one at 10:15 because I wanted to give a chance to people to see it before. Because then now today we did the live, so then I didn't want it to get lost. I don't know. I'm no expert. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've tried.
I'll probably do it in the morning.
When I first started, I would put them out late at night, not really knowing anything. And then I thought I didn't really know if I wanted people to watch them. So I just I'll just put it out at midnight and no one will see it. But yeah, I would probably wait till the morning.
We found you, didn't they, Dan?
Some people, yes.
Yeah. So my video that I'm going to put out is it's a vintage item. Like I focus on this one vintage category just to give you a little heads up about what it'll be about. And I don't know that a lot of people might know what this is, or they might have never seen them before. So it's going to be pretty interesting, I think.
That's cool.
But yeah, you were asking about what I was doing with my weekend. Saturday morning, both of my boys are in a disc golf tournament and at a local park. So that's like, I think they're doing 2 rounds of 18 holes. So it's
wow. Yeah. That's a busy day.
All day.
And then maybe hit some garage sales, maybe if you have enough time.
I don't think Saturday's going to happen for me.
Kayla said I did good. I sweat bullets live. I always watch Kayla live, or when she goes live, and she's always so nervous too. You do fine too. Kayla, you should do a live with Danny, and you guys can both sweat bullets. Be nervous together.
We would definitely need somebody on standby with technology, but I love Kayla, and I'm so glad that you came in, Kayla. And Chris, I saw that Chris and Kayla were here like first in the chat, so that was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. I am going to, if you guys are still looking for a live, I'm going to drop you a link to Yakov's channel and Yakov Benz. He does a late night listing, hangout, reseller thing. If you guys want to go check him out, just tell him I sent you. And I really appreciate everyone hanging out. Danny, really appreciate you hanging out and coming on and agreeing to come on to this. And
inviting me. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Anytime you want to come back. And we'll see you guys next time. And I'm going to go walk over here and I'm going to click end broadcast. And then I'm going to hit the other end broadcast.